Hey everybody, KC0VI Tom here. I got a real quick one here this week, and I really didn't know how to answer this, and it was quite a while when this question was asked to me. Probably back in January or February. It was cold in wintertime. Friend of ours, a couple, a little younger than me. They were high school sweethearts. Went off to college together. After college, they got married, started a family, raised a family. Kids got into high school, and you know how it is when kids are in high school. They get into sports and they want to have a job on their own. Then they wanted to do stuff without mom and dad. But when the kids are younger in middle school and say elementary and middle school, you really don't have that much money to do family vacations, long-term vacations. I'm saying you can get away for the weekend, holiday weekend, or maybe 4 or 5 days if you really stretch it out. But once the kids get into high school, there's so much activity, and you got the money to do it, but you know, so-and-so's got to work, or so-and-so's got a football game, a basketball game, or whatever sport's going on. It's hard to get away. He is going to be able to retire, I believe he said sometime next summer, and she's going to be able to retire afterwards. And one thing they've always wanted done was go camping. So right now they're kind of looking at different types of rigs. He's got a fairly nice sized pickup truck. They could go with a small fifth wheel or a large tow trailer. Or even they were thinking, oh, maybe we should just, you know, get a Class C or a small A. And you know, like I said, which is good. They got time. The market is getting better for buyers. There's a lot of used stuff out there. The new market is starting to slow down. There's still a lot of older new machines out on the RV lots, and the new stuff is coming off the line. So you can make some pretty good deals there. Just take your time and make sure you get what you want, the floor plan. You know, make it a long-term commitment. And their plan right now, they're telling me, was they were going to go do some, you know, weekend warrior stuff like I'm doing now. You know, when he retires, it's easy for, you know, make alignment with just one person have to deal with vacation time. They could go on for a week or two here and there. And then when she retires, go off, you know, a couple weeks at a time, get used to it, because it's a major change if you've never been camping before. And the question they asked me was, what's the difference between camping and RVing? And I have to tell you, at first I always thought they were interchangeable. And I says, you know, I told them, well, to me they're about the same, but I'm sure that's not right. I started just reading articles on it, you know, what is considered to be camping, what's considered to be RVing, and I was quite surprised. There is a big difference on the two type of lifestyles. It'd be like if you took and drew a line, like the old timelines or the math line. Oh, I hated those in math class. You drew a line, and over here on my far left is camping. We could start out as backpackers, where we don't have a tent. We just go up in the woods, you know, walk around for umpteen miles. We find a nice spot, roll the sleeping bag out, or cut some pine boughs and make a little lean-to, and that's how we camp. Dehydrated food, make a little fire if it's allowable, and camp back, you know, camp there for a while and walk back to the cars. Then as you progress more towards the center, now you're going from, you know, from no camp tent to an actual small tent or a better tent, better sleeping bags. Now you may get into a small camper, or, you know, or fold out, or you may have some type of vehicle like a van or, you know, a small truck. You can actually camp in the back of that. Then you migrate fully into some type of pull behind camp, or maybe a small Class C or B, and you're staying at campgrounds now that have outhouses, or better yet, modern campground bathrooms and washrooms. I mean, before you came across a campground with an outhouse when you're backpacking, that was pretty good. But as you get more down this line from the camping side to the RV side, you're going to get more amenities in these campgrounds, and they're not going to be called campgrounds anymore. They're going to be called RV lots or RV camps. And it gets to a point where at this far right, my right side of the line, you're staying in a fully hookup RV lot that has, you know, 200 other RVs parked in that lot, all on, you know, full hookups, water, sewer, electricity, cable TV. Some actually still allow, you know, have phone lines in there, so you could actually get on a phone line if you don't have cell phone. Which there are some people out there that don't like cell phones. They believe that the government's watching and listen to what you're doing. Yeah, well, trust me, my government would never do that. But I mean, as you go down that line, you're getting to be more and more, you know, in the RV lifestyle, where you're, you know, you could be a full-time RVer out. When you start here on the left, you're just like a weekend warrior or a long-term, and as you go through that center point and more to the right, you're getting to be less of the weekend warrior, more of a full-timer. Your job may take you out of your brick and stick house for 6 months to 8 months out of the year, so you're living in your camper, or your RV, excuse me, and till you get to a point where you sell the bricks and sticks and you stay in your camper full time. And there's nothing really wrong with that. I know a couple of people I worked with at the college that sold the house. One of them, excuse me about that, one of them really didn't tell the kid. They just said, oh yeah, we're thinking about going further, more long terms in the RV. Well, they ended up selling the house, and he took some of that money, and each of the 3 kids, they paid for a nice cement pad by the garage. They had trenched out their water, sewer, and electricity. So they would show up there and spend like a month or, at each of the kids' house and go down south during the wintertime. And it wasn't until Thanksgiving time that the kids wanted to know if they could all come back to mom and dad's house for Thanksgiving. They said, sure, you're more than welcome to, but the Joneses might be a little upset because it's their house now. But that's, that how they wanted to handle it. They just wanted to kind of cut the ties and enjoy life, be empty nesters. So, but sorry about that, get sidetracked. But again, what do you consider camping? What do you consider RVing? Kind of really interested in what other people think about this. Like I said, I always thought they were the same, but more I got into it, yes, there is difference. And I apologize to anybody who are on one extreme or the other, and I've called you by the wrong name. Jot down a few words down below. Tell us what you believe is camping, what is RVing, and are you an RVer or are you a camper? 7-3, everybody. Be sure to tell your friends, neighbors, other hams. Subscribe, hit that bell to get notification when new videos come out. Add comments below. 7-3, everybody.